This is called Thinking Backwards by Frater, Achad. In my initiation, I was taught to think backwards, and I am more and more convinced of the value of this practice. By thinking backwards, the man who is nigh bankrupt sees his wealth slowly, quickly, increasing instead of slipping from his grasp. There is nothing to fear when one thinks backwards, and oft times the further we go, the more pleasing is the outlook. Childhood is ahead of us instead of behind, and our last thought of this life, that of slipping back into the womb of our mother. Even further than that we many go, till we find ourselves as a tiny spermatzoon, leaping joyfully back to the loins of our father. Then even should we remember the present, have we not learned much and rediscovered the basic principle in ourselves? For that seed is as alive within us now as it was in him, ever multiplying and dividing, ready to leap forth again on its eternal mission. Things sometimes seem very ordinary when we look at them as they appear to us now, but one little trip backwards and we return refreshed. That which seems so ordinary becomes wonderfully illuminated by the light of our newly awakened memory of the past. The master Therion it was who taught me to think backwards, and this is the way I have come to think of the master Therion. This method fills me with joy, for it leads towards my ideal. Listen! I was with him today. He was very ordinary, even a little petty, it seemed. There was nothing about him to arouse my enthusiasm. He was too near for me to appreciate him. Before I went to see him, he was more interesting, because I imagined he would be so much better than I found him to be. But a little while ago I was with him on Oesopus Island. There, as I remember, he seemed even better still. He told me such and taught me so much that I delighted greatly in his company. But before that, a little while before that, he was better still. I had just come to New York to visit him. There seemed so much he could tell me and be to me. For he, not my magical father, had I not given up all to be with him in his work, and to learn from him, example, the way of life and the true path? Yet even before that he seemed better still. For months I had longed to be with him, to listen to his words of wisdom, that mine understanding might be perfect, even as his sons should be. Then I had but lived with him on other planes, and though others had told me much that